let's just get into it. So first off is the Gold Coast Titans up against the West Tigers on Thursday night at the Gold Coast. Current odds of looking, the Titans are $1.31 to the Tigers $3.50. With form and momentum, it would definitely be saying like you might as well just tip the Titans, but I don't know. With the way the Titans played in that second ball, and I just have this like little bit of a gut feeling in terms of thinking about can the Tigers cause an upset, because I don't know, a team like the Titans is like one of those like shock results that you could see the Tigers scraping out a win. But yeah, just something like along this ground can definitely be seen as of potential of an upset happening. So in terms of the ins and outs, the team sheets should have somewhat come out. So Jaden Campbell and Philip Sami are out for the Titans, and Stefano Utokamanu and Thomas McKaylee are out for the Tigers. Jermaine Osako is allegedly in, and it looks like he probably will be starting at fullback. So Jermaine Osako will get his first game with his new club. But yeah, personally, I would tip the Tigers. No, not the Tigers, the Titans. But I do have a suspicion the Tigers might cause an upset in this matchup. So now we go on to Friday night. The first game on Friday night, it is the Cronulla Sharks up against the Newcastle Knights. The Cronulla Sharks currently sitting at $1.45, while the Knights sit at $2.75. Obviously, one of the things that needs to be talked about is the Knights, basically the Knights forward pack, as it's taken a bit of a battering over the last couple of weeks in regards to injury and suspension. Of course, Mitch Barnett very recently being one of them, and you also have David Clemmer and Lachlan Fitzgibbon out with injury. So far, Mitch Barnett's the only player who is out. So I'm just going to have a look saying, what could the potential lineup be? It could be Brodie Jones coming into the second half. Suaso, Sue, Leo Thompson, Momasia might be coming in. Crossland coming in as well. They've got a bunch of reserves. You've got Musgrove, Lucas, Saulo, Croker, Edric Lee, Tex Hoy, and Simi Sasagi. Wouldn't be surprised to see if Edric Lee comes to return. It is against his old club as well. For the Cronulla Sharks, the outs they have is Connor Tracy and Mike Akavalu. It is suggesting Mulatalo will come back. Sharks were really good last week. It can definitely be said. I'm a little bit concerned for the Knights with their forward pack. So in terms of tipping, I would go for the Sharks to continue their good run of form. I just don't really see the Knights coming out and winning this one, personally, with everything currently happening. Now we go into the premier game on Friday night. It's the grand final rematch. It is the Penrith Panthers up against the South Sydney Rabbitohs. No history is needed to explain what has happened. So coming in, O'Sullivan is out. Chris Smith is definitely out, of course, with recent situations. Nathan Cleary is set to come back this match. Panthers $1.39 to South Sydney's $3. It's at Penrith. Penrith's first home game since round one. South Sydney did get their first win against the Roosters. Roosters are a bit weird this season, to say the least. It's on in terms of actually getting a prediction across. You kind of have to go with Panthers being 3-0, but you don't know. Latrell didn't play in that grand final, and hot take personally, if Latrell did play in that grand final, I think South would have won. But yeah. So I'm thinking Penrith should take this out. So far I've predicted the home teams all so far. Now we go into Saturday, the 3 p.m. kickoff. It is the New Zealand Warriors up against the Brisbane Broncos. Broncos played fairly crap last week against the Cowboys at their home stadium, but they're still going to be playing in Queensland as they take on the Warriors who also did get their first win of the season as they defeated the Tigers in a absolute grudge match. So the bets at the moment, the Warriors are $2.35 and the Broncos are $1.60. So it's at Redcliffe. I think, is this the first Warriors game actually at Redcliffe as a home game? Because we played away to the Titans. Yeah, it would be because they play. No, they might have played round one. Yeah, I think round one was actually played in Queensland for the Warriors home game. So yeah, so pretty much we've got the Warriors being on the outsiders in terms of players ins and out. Bailey Sirinen is considered out for the Warriors. Bunch of new players coming in now for the Broncos. I don't know. The Broncos, I still think they can get a result out of them. And against the Warriors, because Warriors weren't that great. They were clinging onto their teeth in terms of defense in the last 12 minutes against the Tigers. So I do think the Broncos will win this match. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors do beat them. But I do think Brisbane should be able to cling a result through. Now we go to the 5:30 kickoff on Saturday. It is at Mudgee. It is the Manly Sea Eagles up against the Canberra Raiders. Both teams getting pretty gritty wins. Canberra coming back in the second half against the Titans, and the Manly Sea Eagles coming in a really wet Brookvale Oval, getting a 1-point win over the Bulldogs. It is over at Mudgee, so I don't know if that's going to have any significance. Sebastian Kris is set to be out for Canberra. No outs for the Manly Sea Eagles as of yet. So both teams lining up strong. I personally think that the thing for Canberra is they're going to be really good at home, but I don't think they're going to be that great away. So I do think that Manly will take out the win here. Currently the bets are Manly are $1.45 to the Raiders $2.75, but I'm holding strong on Manly to take out and go 2 for 2 going into round number 5. And then the premier game Saturday night. It is the second place North Queensland Cowboys up against the Sydney Roosters. Now, it's kind of staggering to me personally that the Cowboys are actually the outside favourites in terms of the sports betting odds. The Roosters are $1.45 while the Cowboys are $2.75. But honestly, with the way the Cowboys have been at the moment, I think they're on a very hot run of form. They're going back to Townsville in a big clash against the Roosters. Roosters only have one player out so far. It's Fletcher Baker. Going back into the Cowboys-Roosters game, I honestly think I'm going for the upset. I think the Cowboys will get a win against the Roosters and solidify themselves as a genuine contender for the top 8. I mean, a lot of people haven't put them in that sort of position, myself included, but they're going really well. If Nanai keeps on form, I think it'll go really well. Now we go into the Sunday night matches. The Melbourne Storm up against the Canterbury Bulldogs. Storm are currently at $1.20 and the Bulldogs are currently at $4.50. Tyson Smoothie set to be out for the Storm, whilst Jack Hetherington is meant to be out for the Bulldogs. I mean, it's in Melbourne. I would be very, very surprised if Melbourne aren't able to clean this out. They want to get a tune-up game to beat the shit out of a low-ranking team to try to get the shit out of their mouth from that game against Parramatta. So I think the Storm should take that win out. And the final game of the round, 6 p.m. It is, speaking of the Parramatta Eels, they are taking on the St. George Dragons. Ray Stone's out for the season with an ACL injury after scoring that try to win the game against Parramatta. He goes out a legend. The St. George Dragons, they're just not great. So Cody Ramsey and Jaden Sewer are actually out for this match. It's going to be interesting to see how the Dragons will line up, but personally, this should be a walk in the park for Parramatta.